Hello. Hi, how is everybody doing today? It's Thursday. That means let's play on Thursday. I didn't do one last. Did I do one last week? I forgot. What did I have scheduled for last week? Probably Tanglewoods, and I didn't do it, right? Because there was a technical issue. Now Tanglewoods I moved to Sunday, but Sunday wasn't good for me because uh, I would have issues with the potential long stream of being at the 4 hour stream. So that one is being scheduled for tomorrow because the day after that is Saturday and I don't have to work on Saturday. So that works the best, right? So today I will be playing Age of Galaxy, a game I haven't played yet. And I'm going to do the solo mode. I have been teaching it a lot last Saturday. I think I taught it like at least 5 times on Saturday. So I know the basic rules. Now there are solo rules. Those are new to me. So that should be fun. Let's see if I know how to beat the solo. Does the solo have a name? I don't think so. Not just standard solo opponent. The virtual opponent. That's a boring name, but yeah, it's the virtual opponent. We're fighting the virtual opponent, people. It's a virtual threat. Then I shouldn't be afraid. Basically, it's still a beat your own score kind of thing. The virtual opponent just tries to hinder you, and that's about it. And then I try to score as optimal as possible. So basically, what we're doing today is set the first benchmark. And if you have played this one and played the solo mode, let me know what your score was, either on YouTube here in the comments or in chat. If you are in chat, let me know what your score was, so I have something to aim for, or you can be proud and say that you were better than me, which isn't that hard because I play a lot of games, but I never get into a game to get better in a game. It's like I have a lot of games and I don't play them every year. Some I haven't touched in like a couple of years. And yeah, sometimes I beat the solo if it's a beat the solo kind of thing, but if it's a beat your own score, yeah, if I lose, I don't mind getting better. There are some games that games like Great Western Trail, when I'm like, I just can't get rid of the thing that I have to do everything, which isn't the case. But I can't seem to let it go, which means I score less even though I do more. So yeah, it's I would like to get better at that game, to at least get rid of the thought that I have to do everything. If there's a multiple path to victory, I don't see the one path. And like, oh, I can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. I'm like, yeah, that's why a Stefan Feld game would work for me, but somehow those games don't speak to me. It's so weird. It's really, 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 really so weird. I'm a scatterbrain, so Point Salad would work perfectly for me. And no, it does not. I don't know. I am wired totally, totally weird. So yeah, there's that. So let's try to get a decent score. Do we have a benchmark? I don't know. We'll see. I see people play this like in 30 minutes. And what does the box even say? It's 45 to 60 minutes. So unless there is a lot of chatter, this would be a shortish stream. Am I getting an important message? Oh, my son is coming home. Okay, that's a good thing. Of course, just as I start the stream, he's coming home. By the way, no coffee today. I hope that My streamer bot works again because there was a little issue yesterday. I see that Cosmic Beat redeemed something right after the raid, so that didn't work. So I'll humor him and I'll trigger that one. Where is it? You did this one. Test.
Oh, it's working. So now can you see if this one works? Right here. Okay. I can see here. It's just short text. That was broken off now. Because I feel right in front of me now, so I can see everything. Now you can see me in like all 60s, 50s, 60s. Maybe a little bit 70s TV, but I think it's 70s color game, right? In the 70s. We get the bright colors on TV and everything, the flower power. All that sort of thing. Even I believe it's like maybe even late 60s, right? Really not sure. History was not my best subject. Not gonna lie. And this takes about 1 minute. Ooh, yeah. Blue really turns black. Whoa, turns black. But yeah.
I'm wearing a red shirt, and oh well, that turned gray, and that turned black. That's a lighter blue, and that turned black. I don't know how that grayscale works. But yeah, that's it. So Cosmic Beat, you got your radio, even though I don't think you are here right now. Let's get to the game. By the way, if we play the game isn't pixelated or anything like that. It's just my camera that's being done like that. Even if I have guests on, I don't think I will change the audio of my guest and the video of my guest. That would be weird, right? So this is Age of Galaxy. Normally I would have a second board for the second player, but they don't do anything except when I need to. They have everything already developed, if I'm not mistaken. It says so. During the war phase, the virtual opponent is considered to have all 9 technologies and 4 strength. That's it. The virtual opponent protects its planets as normal as if it has enough ships. So basically, I cannot conquer any planets. If the virtual opponent acquires a planet during the war phase, it only acquires one of your unprotected planets chosen by you, using one of its ships as normal. If all your planets are protected, the virtual opponent doesn't acquire a planet. Yeah, that's how it works with protected planets. So this is the main board with actions. Each round I get 3 actions. I am green, by the way. Just so you know, Yoda is green, so I play green. Yeah, I thought purple made a nice contrast. We have some blue discs that's blocking the spots for 2 players, and if 4th player, eventually 3 and 4 player spots are taken, so those cannot be done. So yeah, that's it. What are the actions? Explore. I have to have at least 1 strength, which I do not. And then spend 1 warship, and then reveal. Oh, I have to put 1 over here. That's a 1+, so that needs to be the reveal 1, but only at the same level or lower. So I cannot do this one. Trade, do one of these trades that's up here. Research, go up in my research track, which the virtual opponent doesn't do because they already researched everything. It's just not fair. Manufacture, that's by manufacturing. Well, they look like birds of prey, kind of like, right? They look like kind of like birds of prey from Star Trek, from the Klingon. Not entirely sure, but yeah, I get 1. For every 2 money spent, I start with 0 money. We get production phase first, but I'm just doing the actions first. Retrieve, spend 3 and 1 of these. And then I get one of these, which is basically a point at the end of the game. Then we have scavenge, basically get 1 money. Colonize a planet. I have to spend money equal to the number of colonized planets I already have, and then place a disc on it and then get the resources. Develop planet, I have to spend 7 money to place 1 disc on it, and so that would be 2 discs, and then I gain 1 of these. That's reputation, no, that's prestige, and then either 1 pink thingy or 1 money and 1 tech upgrade, and this is basically the income, how much income I have. And then to nominate, at least I need to have at least 1 developed planet, and then I get the prestige depicted on those. So that's just a jump point for prestige, and that's how many points I get. So, but the round starts first with production, but say it says take 3 discs. No, we still have to do setup first. I get 7 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. I can get rid of 3 of them based on what I'm planning to do. To be honest, I don't have a plan, so we can play with these 7. These are the only 7 cards I will have. I don't have much diversity. I have a lot of green and red over here, so that is something. This one says militarist production phase. At the end of production, gain 1 technology, 1 orange, 1 gear, and that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. For each 2 ships that I have. Okay. Every time you colonize, you may take an action disc from any of your planets and immediately use it to research or retrieve. So basically, I keep my discs a little bit longer. I don't want to use you as a card. I may spend 1 ship to gain 2 coins. Skill pillage, when you acquire a planet with a ship, gain 3 gold. That's nice. Archaeologist, when you acquire this type of planet, I gain 1 point. Basically 1 green stuff. That's only used for being points. Every time you retrieve, which I barely do, you may spend 3 money to gain 2 pink ones, which is nice. Every time you scavenge, which I barely do, I gain an extra money. And for a free action, which is nice, you may spend 2 warships to acquire 1 unprotected planet with another ship. So that basically cost me 3 ships, and then gain also 1 money. Mind control, all other players immediately lose 1 pink if possible. Well, that's not possible. You may spend 2 blue resources to gain 1 green. It's an easy one to score points. And then when you are the overlord, I doubt that I will, but okay. You may decide not to acquire any planet and gain 2 money and 1 prestige instead. Okay, I definitely don't want to go for militaristic because that's something I am very poor at. So we'll discard those, and then I will get 3 new ones, and they're all red. No, they're all green. Every time you trade, you may spend 1 blue or 1 tech. 1 blue, or what is it? 1 productivity, sorry, to gain 1 prestige. When you acquire a blue planet, you gain 1 pink, and then it gives you technology. Immediately gain 1 prestige for every blue and green I have. Okay, and then is you may colonize everything. So for colonization, I have to have a planet for a certain resource, but this one says I can colonize everything. So I think I will start with this one, and it also starts with 2 warships, so that's nice. Immediately, if I do this technology, because this gives me a different technology, immediately gain 1 green, and every time you explore, Gain 1 green and 1. Ah, yeah, I will start definitely with you. Yeah, I can colonize everything. So this is my alliance. I cannot colonize purple, but I can colonize white. Everything else except purple. Because I can colonize white because it is a white card. So that's snow planets. But I can do water, leaf, fire, and light. And these are my other cards then that I have to work with. So one time in my turn I can place one of these cards. I can use the side so I score benefits. So that's green or purple basically if I have a majority. So green would score me 1 for every 2 green that I have, and the purple 1 for every 4 prestige that I have. So that's good to know. But the immediately benefit is that I have 2 ships. The downside of having 2 ships is since my technology is at 0 after war, it will automatically grade down to 0. But we don't do war phase after round 1. So that's not happening. So I get my 3 things, I get production, so I get 3 gold, but this one, then the production goes down by 1. So next round I get less. So I need to keep my production going. So the first planet is for free, right? So to get my production going, I can usually do that. So I will choose a colonize. I colonize this one. That's nice. Then my production goes up by 1 again. The next time it will cost me 1 money to colonize another planet. For research, this costs 3 money and 1 blue. I don't have a blue, then I need to colonize this one first. Because then immediately I get 1 up, and that means I can at least keep 1 ship. That would be nice. Okay. What shall we do? Should we colonize? Because it costs me 3 money to colonize that thing. I cannot go 1 ahead. I have to develop warp drive to do so. But I want to, if I want to have everything protected, I need to go here. To get everything protected, but though only the developed things are protected. So that's also one to consider. Right. If I do this one, I can also colonize purple, which basically means I can colonize every planet. That's a nice technology to have, but that means I have to have at least 1 blue resource, which means I have to colonize this one. I could go for colonizing first. I think a research would be nice. I only have 3 money, it's not that much, but I will go colonize. That costs 3 money. Oh, then I cannot spend 1 money to do the research. Ah, that's true. I need to find a different way to do so. Well, I get 3 money in the next round, so there's that, but I don't know what they will do. Probably not the best one to start with. Hey, I have warships. They don't do anything. I need some strength, so I need to work on that as well, because otherwise I'd rather protect everything that I have and earn points that way. Because I chose not to fight, basically. I didn't go for the red military versions. Is it wise to colonize already? So I don't have much to trade, to be honest. I don't. So I will. That cost me 3 money. We'll put that over here. I'll colonize this one. It gives me one blue. Nice to have one blue. Then I have one disc left. I cannot colonize anymore. And I cannot do that. I don't have a development. Can I do a trade? Technically, no. So I will do I can place a card here if I want. There was one that this is something that when I scavenge, right? As when uses and reaches now, when you acquire a sun planet, gain 1 point. Oh, I need that one. Also gives me 2. Oh, you give me 1 strength already. When you are the overlord, you may decide not to acquire any planet and gain money and prestige. Okay, I think I will play this one. That gives me 2 more ships. So I have 4 ships now. I get 2 money. And my strength goes up by 1. And because my strength... I cannot do that one yet because that's in the future. 2 money is not enough to do anything else, but I will do a scavenge. So I'll do this one, and then I gain 1 money. Now I'm at 3. That was my turn. This probably will be a very short stream because so we do the first action. So green, they will take, right? Virtual opponent colonizes the most planets. So there's this one planet with the type matching. Yeah, so that's possible. So they do that, and then they do the green thing, which does nothing. Oh no, they focus on the purple thing. Sorry. Virtual opponents acquires 2 pink, so they got 2 pink. Technology, it has a name, but influence, sorry. And if they have 3, they not go for nominate. So yeah, that's fast. Again, green planet not possible. Then they will remove the leftmost cross. So this one is gone. We don't know what it was. I cannot get to it. That's phase 1. Normally we do war phase, but in the first round we don't. So that's good. I have more ships than they have right now. Yeah. Then we do the... before we do that, action phase, we get Overlord scoring. No, that's war phase. Then Galactic phase. Basically, no, before we do Galactic phase, we have to check. Oh no, Golden Age comes later. Move the Galactic Fleet. 1. Yeah, reveal the next card. This one gets a disc. The other one is 3+, so that doesn't get a disc. Move the action disc to trade cards. This one goes here. This one's not full, so we don't have a Golden Age there. Determine new player order. Technically, I'm still always the first player, so that's good. Now, production phase. I get 3. I will lose 1 production, so that's not good. I get 3 discs. So, yay. Ooh, okay. I may colonize everything. I can colonize these now. I think I will do this one. And I will place this one over here. That means basically I'm going for majority of green, so I need to score a lot of the green points. Because that's all I have left. Not sure if that's the best option, but that's what I'm going for. When you acquire a blue planet, like this one, I gain a pinky. and an influence. And blue is innovation, and the green is a relic, basically points. So this should work perfectly with alien artifacts, but it doesn't. Okay, but this one gives me 2 more ships, so maybe I'm playing this one too fast because I will lose all my ships. And 1 money. Yeah, I'm not playing this card now. No, it doesn't make sense to play this card to get those benefits. Even though I probably want to take the blue planet, but I don't have enough money to colonize, but I will research. I will go for research. I will research here. I gain 1 of those. It costs me 3 and 1 bluey, 1 innovation. And from now on I may colonize purple, which is nice. For 2 money. Oh, after this we get a war phase, but I have more ships. So let's keep it that way. Oh, I can research. No, I cannot research 1 more. I'm out of money to research 1 more. This one, these all give me 1-time bonus prestige, which I actually like. Yeah, I think I will, because I want to do this one and grow that stronger, but every time you develop, I will gain 1. Oh, I really need that one. I cannot do that one yet. So for 2 money, I will colonize purple. Means I get 2 of these. That's nice. And then I have 1 left. Every time you explore. Ooh, that would be nice. I will try to do that. So I will do a research, but I will research this one. That cost me 2 of these. Immediately gain 1 of those, which basically I should go for. And then every time I explore, I use the explore action. I gain 1 green and 1 blue, so 1 relic and 1 innovation. So that's good. That's good. I might be doing something good there. Okay. What are they going to do? They are doing leftmost fire, so that's that one. And then they do the purple, which is virtual opponent. They acquire 2, which means they have more than 3, which means they're going to resolve and basically block that high scoring spot. That makes sense. And then the next card is fire. There is no fire there. They don't take my things. And then the green is remove the leftmost. So if I want to explore, then I need to have this available, and they keep taking it away from me. Now we do have a war phase. I have 4 ships, they don't have any, so I'm the warlord. I decide not to acquire any planet, so I gain 2 money and 1 prestige instead. Why? Because they are all these are considered protected, right? That's what it says. The virtual opponent protects his planets as normal if it has enough ships. No, it does not have enough ships, by the way. It protects its planets as normal if it has enough ships. It has no ships whatsoever. So I could take it over, but I'm not on a warpath. I didn't choose a red card, so that doesn't happen. And they don't acquire a planet because they were not warlords. But I only have a strength of 1, so I will lose 3 ships. Fighting nothing but air. Just saying. Then this one moves one forward. Oh, I gained 2 money. Did I do it? Yeah, I did do the 2 money, but I forgot the one. Oh no, also got the 1 prestige. So that's. Oh, and I shall also get 1 money and 1 prestige because I am the warlord. This is just a bonus on top of that. Nothing revealed, so no 1-star things. These are just small bonuses that are very useful. Hey Slivers, how are you doing, my friend? I hope you are very well. I took a screenshot from DRG that I played a couple of days ago. Of course, I do the oil rig, but the oil rig landed on the detonator. How cool is that? So there was a big golden hole underneath my oil rig. I took a screenshot of that. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. The funny thing is, I did not notice because I was just, okay, the oil rig will drop and I will do stuff. Then I turned around and I saw a big golden hole underneath it and I'm like, okay. I cannot wait to get my rest of my Deep Rock Galactic video, board game stuff. Need to paint that as quickly as possible and play with all the expansions and see how it goes. Probably very, very poorly. I should take a day off and just do 1 day full on DRG board game streaming. Then I can do an actual deep dive and then the you know, the between your own ship kind of thing makes sense. I forgot the name. Then it makes sense to use. Just for one-time mission, not as much. And they did twice directions, we did war, we did that, so it's my turn again. Get 3 discs. I'm almost halfway through the game. That's how quickly the game plays. Currently, I'm at not a lot of points. I need to generate points. First production phase. You go down by 1, but you go up by 3. So I have 7. Can never have more than 12. So that's a given. So every time I explore, but there is no fun to explore. I was like, yay, I'm getting those green stuffies, but I'm not. I need to develop one. I have enough money to develop one planet. Hi, Dutch Anakin. Did you buy anything today? Did you buy new cards? Because you couldn't, you only have 80 cents. Now you say bye? Oh, I said, I thought you said hi. That's weird for me. I only have 1 green thingy. You bought 1 can of cola. Okay. 1 Coke. Sure. I need to do more research. I don't have blue stuff to do. Because I spent those 2 to get this one, which apparently is very useless. But I need more ships. So eventually I need more ships. Hopefully they will not get as many ships, but I need at least 2 to protect as many planets as possible. But that's like 4 money, that's a lot. Okay, any cards that work? Yeah, this one. When you acquire a blue planet, you get an extra pinky. And pinky I can trade for ships, prestige, or anything else. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's do this. So, when I acquire a blue planet, I get 1 influence. But now I get 2 ships and 1 money. So, when I acquire, that means colonize, because I need to colonize that planet. But I have to pay 3 to colonize that planet. It gives me 2 pinkies, which I would like. So, because I basically need, well, I need a developed planet to be able to do that. But pinkies I can trade for other stuff, like money. So I will do that. I will spend 1, 2, 3 money to colonize this one. That means I get 2 influence. 1 because of the planet and 1 extra because of you. So I'm happy with that. You're going to bed. See you tomorrow. Do I need to wake you up around 6 a.m. If I'm not awake? Yes, please do. So that's 1 action. What's my other action? Basically, I want to trade 1 for 5 money. And I'm at 10, which is nice. Because then I can do colonize without worrying too much. And that means, does it really matter which one I colonize? Not really. If I'm going for green, I am going to score points on those, so that really doesn't matter. So this one, that one's being colonized. Then I get 1 prestige and either 7 money, don't forget, it cost me money to do so. And then 1 money and 1 income. Increase that or get 1 pink. Let's do 1 money, 1 income. That works better for me. Or 1 productivity, sorry. Okay, 2 cards for you. You're hogging this little planet. And then you're doing a purple thing. The virtual opponent acquires 2. If they have 3, they will do a nominate. So, there's a nominate. I'm doing that way too fast. And they are colonizing. This one, oh, this one gave a point. Oh, then they're doing green. Then they remove the leftmost. There is none. So, okay, I'm good with that. War. There is 0 versus 1. So if I choose not to, I gain 2 money and 1 prestige. Basically 1 point, because that's basically 1-on-1 points. And 2 money is what I need. If I do this, I prevent normally the opponent to get points for that. Why would I do that to an AI? Because it doesn't generate points unless I'm using a lot of red cards to conquer planets, which I don't. So yeah, it does make sense to do so, which means I choose for the 2 money and 1 prestige, because at least those are points for me. Then nothing moves up, so that's not happening. I am Warlord, so I get 1 more bonus for 2 player. Don't forget that. This moves 1 forward. We get 2 of these, so maybe at some point I can explore those, but currently not. I don't need to protect that much, but I'm also not scoring many points right now. To be honest, I'm not scoring a lot of points. Okay, 3 of those. And normally in a multiplayer game, the one that's furthest or on top would be start player, and player order you use these to determine the proper player order. It's not like it's going around the table. Okay, 3 more actions. Is there a blue planet? There is not. There is not a blue planet inside. I could colonize. Colonized planets are 2, single planets are 1. So this one gives me 1 prestige for every green and blue planet. So that's 2. But that's the only thing it does. So it doesn't feel like something useful. I need blue things. Innovation is a little bit hard. But I need blue to research and retrieve. So these only give, well, I have to use at least one of them to make sure that I can do anything proper. I don't get the side bonus, so should have used you. I will spend you to gain 1, just because we can. To be fair, I'm at a total loss what I want to do. Oh, by the way, I lost my 2 ships in the war phase. I am down to 1. Currently, I have more than they do, so that's a good thing. But at some point, the red cards will be showing up. For every 2 money spent, I will get a new warship, so that's good. If I want. Oh, I was the overlord, so I gain 1 and 2 money. I forgot. That's what this one does. So now I have enough more money to consider doing something else. I will trade. Will I trade you? It's a tough call. Cost me 4 to get to that planet, but then I get another pinky and that, and then I can trade it for something even better. Mainly to prestige, basically turning these into points, which I can spend 7 to into 1 point, or I can spend 4 to go here. If I do here, I get also an extra pinky, but I don't get the, oh, I dropped the income. Don't forget, I dropped the income. This one will give me my income back. This will give me blue, which I can use for research, which is nice. And then I get a pink. So I will do this one. Means I get a blue for you and a pink one for this time. And every time I explore, I don't explore. Hopefully I can explore next round. Innovation and influence. I have 2 influence. I need 3 influence to get that last 3 bit. I can spend 5 more to do so. I also spend my influence for something else. It's 3 on 3, and this is 1 on 1, 2 on 2, so that works as well. Or trade. I could do that. I hope I don't need warships. Would be weird if I in the second to last round I lose warships. Hi, Iron Soul 999. How are you doing? I'm doing poorly. If I reach more than 20 points, I would be surprised, to be honest. You know what? I need to play it anyway. I'm gonna play for green influence. Because yay, why not? You're fine? Good to know. Good to know. Ooh. I don't know what to do. There are options. I don't need warships, hopefully. Hopefully I don't need warships. I could go for technology and get some strength. Or do a warp. Oh wait, if I do a warp speed drive, I can actually do an explore. Too late for me to figure that one out. You go here. I spend one of you. Now I have a warp drive. Now I can explore. I'll do explore and I will in mini manimo take this one. I get 4. Oh man! Of course, in the second to last round, I figured that one out. I get 4 of those. Thank you very much. And also because every time I do an explore, I also get 1 more and a green one. Hopefully my one ship is good enough to protect me. They do a yellow sun, so they block this one. They're perfectly fine. And then they do yellow, which means virtual opponent acquires the leftmost planet with an action disc and gains 1 pink. Are you saying that they take my colony? Because I think I saw something about this one on BGG. I think I saw something on this for this one on BGG. Let's figure out BGG. BGG. Age of Galaxy. I think I saw that one. This, funnily enough, sometime tomorrow. This morning, when I was like, no, the rules are fairly easy. But I have... you gain the debut bonus. That's not what I was thinking about. Side-by-side comparison. Oh man. What is let's search. I have seen it, but I cannot find it left most. No, not what I was searching for. I have seen somebody ask about this and I don't know where. It never with an action that engages 1 influence. In theory, they could still get the barren planet if the last boss planet was, because the AI has all 9 tags unlocked. Maybe it's just a way not to limit the AI to only a barren planet. That's I'm finding one thing, but refers to the planet symbol, which is not the same as colonized or developed. Therefore, it would make sense that it doesn't take your planets away. Right? Yeah. I think it takes a barren planet and not this planet. I'll keep it like that, so it will take this planet. And then it gets this one. Let's keep it like that. But the rulebook is fairly thin. It's like a couple of pages, then the solo mode. A lot of pictures and examples. So it's pretty much clear. It's like 20 small pages, easy to read, big font. The rules aren't that heavy. Is this game diplomatic or just start a war? Well, there's always a war phase, so you need to be prepared for war, but you don't have to initiate war. You just need to be prepared to either protect or maybe even win the war. That's also a case. So it has some diplomacy, it has some war, but it's fairly abstracted. Basically, count your ships. You have more than the other, you win. Currently I have 1, they have 0. I did all my actions. I did that first one. Yeah, now I'm doing their second card. So they're developing blue. There's no blue. Colonizing blue. There's no blue. And then they do pink. They acquire 2, and that makes 3, which means they get the last nomination, which sucks because now I cannot get any more points. But since they did not do anything warlike. Hey, Lila. Watching from bed? Well, at this time I can understand. I'm almost done, so you can almost go to bed. And just one more turn left. The war phase. I win. I am Overlord. So, Overlord bonus. 1 prestige, 1 gold. Thank you. Then, because I'm Overlord, I get 2 gold and 1 prestige as well. If I choose not to take one of their planets in a solo mode, it doesn't make sense. So, yeah. So, there's that. So I'm not doing that, not taking over. Normally you could block points for the other player by taking over the planets, because this one has 2 discs, that's 2 points, these are 1 point for me. I am doing a best of my own score, which would be the benchmark right now, because this is the first time I'm playing it solo. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to take over one of the planets. Then I go down to my strength, which is 1, so I keep that 1 ship. That's perfectly fine. Then we go see if these are full. That's not the case. Oh no, you remove you 1 further, which means we're going into the last phase. And then move the F. Actually, there's no golden space, so it's my turn. 3 more actions, and then the game is done for me. And I have at least some of these, so I have to turn these into gold. Production, I get 2 gold, that's not much. And this one goes down by 1 even. Well, I play this one just to gain 1 prestige, because that makes sense, which means this card will not be used. I need to get points, so maybe figure out what's over there. Every time I explore, I get some bonus, so I will do an explore. Oh, I have to spend 1 ship. I did not do that last time. So basically we were at 0-0, so nobody got the original bonus, which means I am down 1. But technically I was Overlord, but I don't get the bonus because we were shared Overlord. Then I need to make sure I got a ship. So I have go to manufacture, spend 2 to gain at least 1 ship. No, I will not do that. I will not do manufacture. Sorry, I will do trade. Spend 1 pinky to get 2 ships. 2 ships. Then I will do an explore. Get rid of that, 1 of those. And I get 4 more blue. All those blues are not worth anything unless I get rid of those. Yeah, not the ones I wanted. Only blue resources. I think that I still get 1 point for every 5, but not entirely sure. So it makes sense to go for retrieve, right? Because I go retrieve, I spend 6 points and 2 of these, which means I gain 2 of you. That makes sense. I'm out of actions. It's great fun to watch. It was a surprise. I didn't know you were live. I'm live almost every Thursday. Oh, you're sitting together. Oh, that's nice. So the one is on Twitch and the other one is on YouTube. That's fun. Okay, a fire planet. Yeah, you can take that. It doesn't really matter anymore for me. Then you're doing tech. Virtual opponent acquires the leftmost planet with an action disc. So you also acquire this one. Then you do white snow. Oh, you do that one. Oh, and you get 1 pink thingy when you do that. And then purple. The virtual opponent acquires 2 and then doesn't nominate. There is nothing to nominate, so that doesn't really matter. You weren't much of attacking. Look, all the military cards were in the beginning. So now we do 1 more war phase. I have 1 ship, so I'm permanently warlord, which means I gain 1 and 1 money. Then another bonus of 2 money and 1 of those because of you. And that's it. Oh, I did an explore, right? So when I do explore, I gain also 1 of these and 1 of those. So these are too many of those. Got to do that. But that's it. Doesn't really make sense to take over a planet. It's fun now because if I don't, I get 2 money and 1 more. Did I do it? I already did that. I'm not doing it again. You need a scout plan. Yeah, first you need to colonize planet, then you need to get to develop them. And normally you make an army, and if you have as much ships if you have planets, then all planets are defended. Otherwise it's not the case, and then somebody else who has the biggest fleet can take over your planet, which means you don't score planets at the end. End of the game, sum up your points. Okay, well, that's easy doable. Let's take the point list. Okay, I got 1 for each, so I started 11. Then I went for green. Every 2, rounded down, I get 1 more point. Okay, that's 13. Then I get 1 point for each normal planet, that's 4, so that's 17. 1 for that one, that's 2 for colonized, which is just 1 planet. Then 1 point for each green, that's 5, so I am at 24. And some factions may also have scoring for the end of the game, which I do not have. So my final score is 24 points. Consider that this thing can go to 40 plus. I might have done something wrong. A Planetarium old web page game. Nah, not really. It's just a fake universe. So basically this fleet moves along and then I can colonize the planets that we passed or are at the same level. Unless I did a warp drive, then I can go further. I thought these would give me points, but they don't. So these are totally useless now for me. By the way, I spent 2 of those, so it should be there, but still. Yeah, this time they were hard on nominate. So let's see, were the red cards coming? No, the red cards were at the bottom. So he would never have attacked me. So my benchmark for the next time would be 24. I need to go higher than 24. It's not my favorite thing to do. Beat your own score. But it's a nice way to learn how to work the game and see how it goes. Not much trading. So that didn't... And no manufacturing, retrieving, or scavenging. Oh, yeah, no, that was in the last round, so I don't get those points. So yeah, that's how that works. So that was the game. I cannot say if I beat it or not. I have to... That was annoying, little fly, I think. I will be back tomorrow. Same time. Then we're gonna play, well, technically a smaller game, but it will probably take me longer. It's 20 strong, the Baba Yaga campaign. When I go through the whole Tanglewood series, that could be a 4-hour stream. So that's why it's on a Friday, because yay, I can sleep in on a Saturday. That's it. And then on Sunday, of course, I will be back in Dutch with my board game brunch, and otherwise I will be back next week on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Probably even a Friday, because I have some games publishers asked me to stream. So it's a busy week because Spiel is coming, so I have a lot of Spiel promo to do. So next week I will do Bohemians, and I will do Ada's Dream. Ada's Dream is currently in my bedroom, and so is Bohemians. So that's it for me today. If you are on Twitch, we are going to raid into somebody. Is Panda Angel still busy? Let's raid Panda before she raids me. Panda Angel is a good friend of mine who will be coming to Germany for Spiel, so that would be fun. People in YouTube, yeah, I'm just gonna close the stream off. That's it. It's just a 1-hour stream. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you maybe tomorrow. Bye bye.